following is a presentation of ESPN on ABC.
The Rose Bowl in Pasadena, where tonight the USC Trojans and the Bruins of UCLA meet for the 84th time in the nation's most famous crosstown rivalry.
This is for bragging rights for the city of Los Angeles between the Bruins and the Trojans.
And here's a gridiron thriller. Shakes off tacklers and streaks for the goal.
Hands to Simpson. He's got 5 to the 40. Simpson at the 10. 5. Touchdown, USC. Right back to throw. Looks, throws in the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins. He hits it. It's long enough. It's good. And the Trojans win 29-20.
Troy Aikman, Rodney Pete. Aikman puts it up there for McCracken.
Forget about it. He's gone. Leiter gives the ball to Bush. Bush is down to the 5 and scores.
And we welcome you to ESPN Saturday Night Football as Brett Hundley leads out the Bruins of UCLA, the 9th-ranked team in the country. And on the other side, one of the great defenders in college football, and Leonard Williams, who'll be chasing Hundley all over the field for the 19th-ranked Trojans of USC. What a beautiful night and what a setting. Pac-12 South standings look like this. Arizona State had some early trouble with Washington State and then pulled it out. They're 9-2. USC and UCLA each with 2 losses as well. That sets up the battle that we have here tonight. Welcome to Pasadena, everybody. Brad Nessler along with Ty Blackledge. Partner, it's pretty simple right now for UCLA. If they win out, they're going to play Oregon in the Pac-12 title game. USC needs a win tonight. Then they've got to hope for some help from Arizona and Tucson against Arizona State on Friday. But that sets the scene for 2 teams that are averaging about 35 points a game and 2 great quarterbacks we're going to see tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 teams that are playing their best football right now. And for UCLA, their junior quarterback, Brett Hundley, in this 4-game winning streak has taken his game to a new level. I mean, right now he's leading the nation in completion percentage, completing 72% of his passes. He's 6'3", 225 pounds, can make every throw with that kind of arm talent. But he's also a dual threat guy. Has run for over 560 yards. Some plays by design quarterback runs, but most of the damage he does as a runner is when he pulls it down and scrambles when it's not there. He's very dangerous. That's a real challenge for USC.
Cody Kessler does it in a different way, and I think he's underappreciated a little bit.
Yeah.
His numbers are ridiculous right now for USC.
They've had a couple Heisman Trophy quarterback guys here in the last few years, but numbers-wise, Cody Kessler is right up with them. He's completing 70% of his passes. He's thrown 29 touchdowns against only 3 interceptions. Very accurate, and over the last several weeks, he started to push the ball downfield, which has made this offense more explosive. And the guy he looks to most of the time is as good a receiver as I've seen in college football this year, Nelson Aguilar, 6'1", 195 pounds. He snatches the football out of the air, and Cody Kessler has great confidence in number 15, who has 82 receptions on the year.
Should be a fun one on a beautiful night in Southern California. The Trojans and the Bruins are coming up next.
The Nissan pregame rush with John Saunders, Matt Brown, and Danny Cannell is next after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
This is ridiculous.
Mr. Football, something you'd like to share?
Yeah, this is silly. We all know how to say bowl game.
Play off.
Bowl game?
Play
Bowl.
Welcome to the Nissan pregame rush. Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy.
John Saunders here with Danny Cannell and Coach Mac Brown, and it's already been a very interesting day. Florida State, for some reason, makes it interesting week in and week out. They did it again today against Boston College. Came down to Roberto Aguayo.
Coach, what's the most important stat of the day?
Kicking game and winning.
Yep.
That's it. These late games need to win the kicking game.
Florida State did win. Oklahoma State against Kansas. It was a record for Samaje Perine, breaking a record that lasted a week.
Boy, Oklahoma just blocked them, and he did a great job running. Super record for the young man.
So Oklahoma's Samaje Perine sets the record there. For Alabama, facing Western Carolina, Derrick Henry, 23 yards over Utah. Arizona State, a winner as well. What's the key to this matchup between the Los Angeles area teams?
For UCLA, it's Brett Hundley. Not what he does through the air, but when things break down, he can do with his legs. That's what's going to be the difference.
Two great quarterbacks, both really young football teams. I just think UCLA has more depth.
We, of course, will see you again at halftime, where we'll update all of the things we just showed you very briefly. Right now, let's return to Brad Nessler.
All right, John, thank you. And as the guys, Mac and Danny, said, some great players tonight. Cody Kessler, 29 touchdown passes this year, only 3 interceptions. Did we mention he's got the #1 back in the Pac-12 behind him in Buck Allen? On the other side, 24 touchdowns between the air and the ground for Brett Hundley. And you know what? He's got a guy that he can give it to that's not too bad either. Paul Perkins, just 12 yards behind Buck Allen in the Pac-12 rushing title race. This has been the Nissan pregame rush. Kickoff from the Rose Bowl is coming up next. Right now, a look inside Nissan's Heisman House.
Woke up sweating from a dream with a different kind of feeling.
Saturday night football on a beautiful night for football. 68 degrees, clear skies here in Pasadena. Before we kick, we head down. Third member of our team, Holly Rowe.
Well, just days before the USC season kicked off, their senior captain and projected starter at corner, Josh Shaw, was injured jumping 2 stories from a balcony. He fabricated a story about saving his nephew, but this week he was reinstated to this football team after a year-long suspension for them of the football season after the police decided they would not charge him in that incident, an argument with his girlfriend. He's practiced a couple of times this week. Steve Sarkisian told us yesterday that he will play for the Trojans, particularly on special team. And he will then monitor his situation, see how he's doing out there in his first game of the year. And if he's doing well, we might see him some at cornerback. That may help the Trojans tonight because they'd love to use Adoree Jackson, the starter at that position, a little bit on offense. Guys, I watched him all through pregame warm-ups. He was calm, serious, very collected in his first game for the Trojans this season.
One of the strange things you have to deal with when you're a head football coach, and Sark's in his first year as the head coach of the Trojans. On the other side, Jim Mora, his 3rd season, coming off a 10-win year last year and looking for more of the same this season. USC won the toss. They want the football.
Really fun chess match tonight. Steve Sarkisian, obviously an offensive guy, former quarterback. Jim Mora, a defensive guy, 30 years in the NFL. A real battle of the minds tonight on those 2 sidelines.
Kaimi Fairbairn has got it teed up. And Adoree Jackson, who Holly just mentioned, is back at the goal line. And he's already taken 1 this season, coast to coast. They started this one in 1929. Edition number 84. It is underway. Jackson, 4 yards deep, had a notion and now takes a knee. So the Trojans will start from the 25-yard line. Cody Kessler, one of the captains, kind of lit it up last year in the bowl game, and he really never slowed down since. He had a 4-touchdown outing against Cal a week ago. His numbers Unbelievable.
Yeah.
29-3.
Well, he's always been a great decision maker ever since he's moved into the starting role here. That's always kind of been his MO. Where he's really grown and improved over the last several weeks is his confidence and his trust in his playmakers to throw the football down the field, and that's made this offense much more dangerous.
Got Allen and Mitchell both with him in the backfield on first down. Looked left, came back to the right, and found a wide open receiver in Aguilar. As we take a look at our Chick-fil-A impact players, and obviously Nelson is one of those. And this is Buck Allen, who's the #1 rusher right now in the Pac-12. Eric Kendricks leads the team in tackles. Ishmael Adams on the back end is tops in interceptions for the Bruins. So one play, one first down. And now it's Allen on the ground, and he takes it across the 40 out to the 41-yard line.
I think the reason you've seen both of these teams get so much better as the season has gone on offensively is the improvement in the offensive line. USC, a very young group up front. A couple true freshmen starting all season.
And much improved from when we saw them earlier on in the year. Allen didn't get much on that one, maybe a yard.
Good pressure from the edge that time. A little safety pressure to Han Goodman, number 21, came on a blitz off the edge, was unaccounted for. Got the hit in the backfield.
And Vanderdoos lost his helmet, so he's got to come out for a play.
Well, Aguilar has been the go-to guy. He's in the slot right here. Got to expect UCLA will pay extra attention to him, particularly in third down situations.
In this case, third down and 4. Kessler throws across the middle, caught, and it's going to be a first down. And it's Aguilar.
The double crossing route. Two crossers came from the right. Aguilar came on the underneath cross route. And the defenders just kind of got mixed up in the wash. Aguilar, again, he snatches the football out of the air. He doesn't allow that ball to get to him. He reaches out and grabs it. That's why he's so effective after the catch.
He grabbed 16 of them. 16 of them against Cal a week ago. Kessler pressured in the pocket down the middle and knocked down. Nice defensive play by Anthony Jefferson from the secondary.
Yeah, beautiful play by Jefferson. Nice job by Cody Kessler stepping up in the pocket, not panicking. Watch Cody Kessler feel the rush and step up in the pocket and still be able to make a nice throw. But an outstanding play by Jefferson coming underneath the route.
So that'll bring up second down and 10 at midfield. They got the receivers bunched in on the right side. And they're going to pitch it on a reverse. And it's Adoree Jackson trying to get to the edge on the other side. He's not going to get much before he's tagged out of bounds in front of the Bruin bench. Did get 5 out of it, though.
Got 5, but he had to run about 25 or more to get there. Good pressure initially forced him deep. Watch the pressure behind the line of scrimmage to force him deep. That was McCarthy, number 90, that had good backside positioning and forced Jackson back into the backfield.
So they come up with another third down and 5 this time. Got to get to the 40-yard line of the Bruins to move the chains. 7th play of the opening drive for the Trojans. Kessler all day to throw. Down the middle into some traffic, and it's incomplete. And it was Aguilar again, the intended receiver. Tried to squeeze that one in between a couple of defenders and couldn't tuck it in there.
Well, they try to disguise where Aguilar is. They move him around. They line him up in different spots. Looks like USC's going to go for it on 4th down. He's in the, there's a little bunch, and there's a little banging by the receivers, and you can see 2 defenders closing in on Aguilar on that 3rd down play.
They're 12 out of 19 on the year in 4th down conversions.
And now he's on the other side of the field in the other slot.
And it's going to be a pooch punt by Kessler. And this might be a dandy.
Yeah, well done.
All the way down around the 7-yard line. Nice to have a versatile quarterback. 38-yard punt and dropped it probably better than a punter would have. So that's going to put Hundley and the Bruins in a little bit of a hole on their opening march here. Brett Hundley, 72% completion percentage.
Yeah, in the last 5 games, he has gained at least 300 yards a game of total offense. He is a dual threat guy. Again, most of his rushing yards comes when he just scrambles on his own, not necessarily on design quarterback runs.
Perkins off the right side got about a yard, and that's it. As we take a look at our Chick-fil-A impact players going the other way. Paul Perkins, I mentioned the number 2 rusher in the Pac-12. Jordan Payton's his leading receiver, 7 touchdown catches this year. Sua Cravens is one of those guys that's all over the field. And Adoree Jackson, we've already seen him be used on offense and defense. And this is the 6th game in which he's played offense, defense, and special teams. Pick up a 3 on that opening carry. Jordan James now checks into the backfield. 2nd down and 7. Play action. Hundley near his own goal line. Fires. Intercepted. And it's going to be a touchdown. Anthony Cerro, the opening score on defense.
It was a corner blitz. Keon Seymour, number 13, is going to come on a corner blitz. And I think Hundley read that as a hot route, but it was zone coverage underneath. And Cerro, a linebacker, had dropped into zone coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes, and stepped right in front of that throw. But the corner blitz fooled Brett Hundley into thinking he had to throw hot.
Adari in for the point after. Up and good. I don't think that's the way Brett Hundley had it planned to start this game.
That's the first interception he's thrown since the Cal game back on October the 18th.
And it's to Anthony Cerro, who takes it 17 yards on a pick 6, 7-0 Trojans. Tonight's aerial coverage is provided by Goodyear. Whether you're going for it from a few yards out or from miles away, go with a tire with superior performance. Goodyear, more driven. 17-yard interception return for a score. 2nd interception of the year for Anthony Cerro has given the Trojans the early lead. That was the first interception thrown by Brett Hundley in the last 104 pass attempts, as Todd said, back to the Cal game. Ishmael Adams from a yard deep. Brings it out and is not going to get to the 20-yard line. Let's take you back to the touchdown.
Well, again, I think Brett Hundley got fooled a little bit. Keon Seymour, the corner, is going to come on the blitz right here. Here's Cerro. And Brett Hundley's going to read man because of the corner blitz and think that Cerro is going to go with the outside receiver, but Cerro's got his eyes back on the quarterback, and all of the last sudden he steps in front of the secondary receiver and picks off Hundley and takes it for the touchdown. Well-timed blitz, and it fooled the veteran quarterback.
And again, he's going to have to work inside the 20-yard line. Flares this one out to Fuller, and Fuller down the sideline. Big gainer, still going, and dragging Trojans all the way out to midfield.
Well, they really fooled the USC defense. They had poor leverage. Nobody on the outside. Well-designed play by Noel Mazzoni, offensive coordinator. Get the ball out on the perimeter. No defensive edge pressure for USC, and a big gainer on 1st down.
Even though he doesn't average much per catch, he got 31 on that one. Now it's Perkins taking it to the same side, getting the same type of results, almost 10 yards again.
I mentioned the young offensive line of USC getting better and better as the season has gone on. Same thing for UCLA. They've had 5 different offensive line combinations due to youth and injuries and different guys having to play different positions. But over the last 4 weeks, they've played at a much higher level.
Hundley on 2nd and short, wants to throw. Now they'll try to run, and he's going to be dropped for a loss. And it's Antoine Woods on the inside that got to him.
When you have a guy like Leonard Williams, who is as much of a force, he's going to draw a lot of attention. You got to know where 94 is, and a lot of times that opens things up for other guys. Leonard was there, but Antoine Woods was the beneficiary getting the sack because of Leonard Woods' presence.
Well, they only had a yard to go. Now they've got 4 to go on 3rd down. Hundley, option pitch. Perkins tried to cut and slipped. And a loss of 3 more.
Sua Cravens, the first guy there, one of those all-around players for USC. He lines up in a lot of different positions. In their base defense, he's an outside linebacker. In the nickel defense, he lines up kind of as a nickelback. Very active defender for USC, and was right there reading the option quickly.
So one of our impact players forces a punt by Mengel. Taken at the 15 and dropped. And the Bruins have got it.
Well, the usually sure-handed Nelson Aguilar off to a good start catching the football on offense. Just flat out dropped this one. He looked like he took his eyes off the ball at the last minute, looking up at Rios, number 9, the first defender down for UCLA, and just didn't secure the football. And now a big break off the turnover for UCLA's offense.
Taylor Lagasse is the guy that recovered the fumbled punt. And they're working on Aguilar's hand, it appears, as well.
And this is where the running ability of Brett Hundley is so effective. This offense has scored 38 out of 39 times in the red zone, but they're extra efficient scoring touchdowns, too. 25 times they've scored touchdowns.
They've got Miles Jackie in there who plays both offense and defense, and the defense at USC is waiting for him.
Yeah, you know, when number 30 comes in, you pretty much first have to think they're going to get him the football. I mean, that's why they're putting him on offense. Now, they could use him as a decoy if they keep him in the game for a couple plays. But USC was locked into him there.
He has 3 rushing touchdowns on the year. He'll go out here after the loss. As it's second down and goal now, back at the 12.
Again, this is where USC has to be very disciplined and keep eyes on Brett Hundley if it's a pass play.
Perkins, the running backs, up to the top of the screen. They flare it out to Fuller. He got 2 back to the 10. And it'll be third and goal.
Well, USC on top of it here after the sudden change. USC has not allowed an opponent to score on the opening drive. It's the second drive for UCLA now, deep in their territory.
So one of those facts has to give.
Yeah.
Justin Wilcox, USC's defensive coordinator, with the call, and it's third down just outside the 10. USC thinking about a blitz off the corner. They're going to bring it. Hundley stands in, fires, end zone, wide open, touchdown. Devin Lucien.
Well, Lucien gets the touchdown, but watch Perkins. He goes to his left, feels the blitz coming back, and because he stood up that pressure, that enabled Hundley to stay right in the pocket, work his progressions, and find Lucien in the back of the backfield, back of the end zone. But Paul Perkins, outstanding job protecting his quarterback.
Kaimi Fairbairn in for the point after. And just barely inside the left upright. So Aguilar, a fumbled punt. Brett Hundley, his 18th touchdown pass of the year. Couldn't beat a more wide open receiver. Looked like camouflage back there in the back of the end zone. 7-7.
Saturday Night Football on ABC, brought to you by Taco Bell. The new way to Taco Bell is here, only in the app. Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop ChooseNissan.com. And Dawn of the Planet of the Apes on Digital HD today.
Your statues around here. These campuses are only about 12 miles apart, and the bear is in the box there hibernating while all the statues on USC's campus had tape all over them.
Duct tape. A lot of duct tape.
A lot of duct tape and a lot of man hours to cover those statues. Adoree Jackson waiting on Fairbairn's kick. He's not going to have a shot at this one either. Oh, yes, he is. From about 6 yards deep. Maybe shouldn't have. Now USC's got to start at their own 12.
Well, we showed you the pass protection by Paul Perkins. Let's show you why the receiver was so open. This is Lucien, and there's 3 defenders here. But this defender right here, the safety, is going to fall down. It's man coverage. Leon McQuay is going to be the guy that ends up on Lucien. And watch right there. He slips and falls down. Wide open receiver in the back of the end zone. Excellent protection. And Brett Hundley able to read his progression and find the open man.
So not great starting field position here for USC. At the 13. Buck Allen behind Cody Kessler in a pistol set. Kessler has it tipped in the air. Nearly intercepted again. Behind Goodman got a hand on it, and Kendricks almost had a gift.
It's the second time that Goodman has come on an outside blitz from his safety position, times it well, knows he's not going to get to the quarterback, but times his jump and getting his hands up, and almost creates another turnover situation for the Bruin defense.
They fake the stretch play, and on the bootleg, Kessler is going to throw it in the ground. Well covered, Juju Smith, the receiver, and it was Eric Kendricks again. Perfect position. Brings up 3rd down and 10. And now it's going to get a little bit noisy for Cody Kessler down at that end of the field. There's the reason. Delayed blitz. Kessler's in trouble. Down the middle. Tipped. Almost picked off again. And that was Deion Hollins. Oh, got away with one there.
Yeah, he's looking for Aguilar deep in the middle of the field. And that very well could have been another interception.
I don't think he ever even saw him, did he?
No, he didn't. He's locked into Aguilar in that 3rd down play and didn't see the linebacker coming from the inside to make a play on the ball.
Alvarado to punt from his own goal line. Adams runs up on it, and it bounces out of bounds around the 42-yard line. With 8 minutes, 11 seconds remaining, first quarter. The Bruins and the Trojans all knotted at 7. Get your NFL Sunday started on ESPN at 10 a.m. Sunday NFL Countdown presented by Snickers. Chris Berman and the gang provide all the latest news and updates from around the league right up until the kick. Sunday NFL Countdown also on Watch ESPN tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock Eastern. 7-7 here midway through the first quarter in Pasadena. And good field position now for the Bruins. Brett Hundley's first pass tonight, an interception that went 17 yards for a touchdown. And on the next drive, 3 out of 4, including a scoring toss. And here's a wide open Duarte. He might take it. Touchdown, UCLA. $57 yards for the score.
Well, and Leon McQuay is having a rough night so far. He fell down on the last touchdown. He took a horrible angle on this touchdown. It was one-on-one out in the open field, and he got his ankles broken.
For Thomas Duarte, his longest touchdown reception of the year.
That's too easy.
Fairbairn in for the point after. Up and good. They had good starting field position, and it took them one play to cover 57 yards and take the lead. Hundley now warming up. What we expected more from him tonight. 2 touchdown passes and a touchdown lead. It was a 7-0 lead, it seems like just minutes ago for USC. No longer. Bruins in front, 14-7. Ledge, that's like picking oranges off the low branches of the trees out here. Yeah. It's just, like you said, it's too simple.
Well, when we talked to Justin Wilcox, he said, you know, we can't let them run the ball efficiently. They've done a good job on the running game. The other thing he said is we can't give up the easy big plays, and that was an easy big play.
And the kicks just keep getting deeper. As we bring it out to the 25 with USC, we take it out to Robert Flores for the first time tonight. Robert.
All right, Brad, let's go in. Set courtesy AT&T. If Missouri wins this week and next week at home against Arkansas, they're going to the SEC title game. But they're trailing to Tennessee. Patrick Ashford to Alex Ellis. The fake field goal works. Balls on top, 10-7 in the second quarter. Brad.
And of course, there's a whole bunch of people in Georgia that are cheering for the Vols tonight, because if Missouri loses that one, Georgia will play in the SEC title game. Here, Pac-12 South is what's on the line. UCLA needs to keep winning, and they'll meet Oregon if they do. USC needs to win tonight and hope that Arizona loses, and that Arizona State loses to Arizona on Friday. That's the setup for this one tonight. Justin Davis on the carry. Didn't get much.
Both defenses pretty locked into the running game of USC and UCLA's offense so far.
Again, they have that bunch set of receivers on the right side, and they're going to run it that way. And nice second effort by Davis to get close to the first down.
Yeah, that's
It'll be third down and about a yard.
Good hard-nosed run there. Pretty solid contact, and he was able to bounce off of that and carry it very close to the first down, third and short.
Same formation. Same tailback. First down. Needed a yard and got a couple.
Max Turk, the center, is the leader up there for this USC offense. He's kind of the brains behind the operation, the veteran, 6'6", 285 junior. I mentioned he's surrounded by a lot of young guys, a couple true freshmen, a redshirt freshman, a redshirt sophomore at right tackle, and Turk has been the real leader of that group.
Juju Smith in motion toward the ball. They fake the draw. Kessler wheels and now fires in the flat to Davis. And nice open field tackle by Kenny Young. Only about a yard gain as we check in with Holland.
Well, that leader of the offensive line for USC, the center, Max Turk, he wasn't just getting it done with his play. He was getting it done with his actions this week at practice. I was there on Tuesday, and he was fired up, gotten a little bit of a fight with the scout team, but I loved it. And all the guys were yelling and screaming, hey, it's UCLA week, turn it up. He sure did.
Yeah, everybody gets turned up for this one. This throw is too low, and I think there might have been a whistle before the snap. There's a flag down.
Full start. Number 15 offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Mike Mothershett, our referee tonight. First penalty of the game comes at the 6:24 mark remaining in the first quarter. Trojans had penalty issues against Cal. They had 14 for 159 yards.
No, that's been a problem all year. They've been penalized coming into tonight 92 times. That's 28 more than their opponents, and that's about 830 yards worth of penalty yardage too.
Again, they throw the screen to the wide out and breaking a tackle across the 40 and still going out near the 45-yard line is Juju Smith. He's a big target, freshman. And the birthday boy turned 18 today. This is a guy that's already caught 43 passes on the season, and he's just turning 18.
And built like a grown man.
Yeah.
At just now 18. Love listening to Sark talk about how hard he works, his work ethic. He said that he and Aguilar, the way they work in practice, they make everybody on the team better. Loves the game, loves to practice on a lot of special teams. Made a big play there.
Third down and 2. Giving the fullback a chance. And he's going to go down for a loss. Vanuku dropped for about a 3-yard loss on that one. It's going to be fourth down.
Great play by the nose guard working on Turk. I think it was Kenny Clark that just stood up Turk. Watch right over the center. Number 97 gets through the center and forces Vanuku to bounce this thing outside. The play was made by Kenny Clark on the inside.
It's only the 7th rush of the year for Vanuku. And it brings up fourth down.
And he tried to
Alvarado to punt.
Try to sneak the fullback in there. You know, you don't give it to him very much. You think you might sneak him in there. Didn't work.
Punt, fair catch called for and taken around the 19-yard line by Adams. UCLA season started off strong. A lot of people thought maybe they'd be a playoff team at the end of it all. They won their first 4 games, got up to the number 8 ranking in the AP poll. They lost their next 2, though, to Utah and Oregon. A couple of heartbreakers, fell out of the top 25, and then they won their last 4, Cal, Colorado, Arizona, and Washington. And they are 9th ranked, as you see on the bottom of the screen, against number 19 USC tonight.
I think the biggest reason for their improvement is their offensive line and their ability to protect Brett Hundley here over the last 5 or 6 weeks.
Yeah, he took a lot of sacks earlier in the season. Perkins trying to go wide, and he's just thrown down by Pollard. We've seen more negative plays tonight than we've seen positive ones almost.
A little different look that time. Kind of just a 3-man defensive front. The linebackers were deep.
USC showing blitz. Hundley throws out complete to Fuller. It's been one of his favorite targets out there on that right side. Picked up 7. Still, it's going to be 3rd down. Hundley back pedals into the shotgun, and Leonard Williams down in his track stance on 3rd down and 5. Little play fake, not much of one, and he's going to be sacked right here. And it was Gerald Bowman from the secondary that got to him. 2nd sack of the night for the Trojans.
Well, it was a whiff by Perkins. We showed you Perkins did a great job on pass protection. Watch this time. Swing and a miss. He missed his block, and Bowman was able to get to the quarterback.
And so a quick 3 and out. And Mangold mishandles the snap. Trojans have got him back to the goal line, and somehow he got a kick out of there.
Heck of an effort to get that out of there. That's one of those deals where I screwed up by dropping the snap. I better figure out a solution here. I don't think it was a bad snap. He just dropped it. Sometimes when you know that paint is really close behind you, it makes you extra nervous. He just dropped it.
That paint got a lot closer, too, right there. Wow. Could have been a major disaster. As it is, it's only a 13-yard punt, but he wasn't in the end zone, and he did get it out of there. So a great spot for USC offensively now at the 30-yard line. Allen back in this series after Davis gave him a breather last time. And they're going to flare it out to him. And he got 5 out of it before they run him out of bounds.
It's a good decision to get him the ball. Get him involved. He's been a big factor. He leads the Pac-12 in rushing. He also has been really good catching the ball out of the backfield. The one thing Steve Sarkisian said with him is he has a great ability to get from 0 to full speed quickly, and now they just want him to stay at full speed and make his cuts without slowing down and make more plays in the second level. And good way to do that. Get him the ball in space.
They fake it to him here. Kessler has plenty of time, and he goes to Aguilar, who dropped it. And a touchdown.
I think they are calling it incomplete. One official had his hands up like he was going to call touchdown. I think they're going to talk about this. Did he have the ball long enough to cross the plane and be a touchdown?
I don't think so.
It's a beautiful throw by Kessler, and you see how Aguilar reaches out and snatches the football, but pretty well played. Ishmael Adams, number 1, at the end of the play, reaching in there and stripping the ball away.
So 3rd down and 5. Allen, this is his best run of the night. He's got a 1st down near the 13-yard line.
Now UCLA thinking pass all the way. The linebacker in the middle went the wrong way. In the middle of the screen, the linebacker went one way. Allen came out the backside of the run and easily converted the 1st down.
Pick up of 12. Right back to Allen, straight ahead to the 10. As we approach the 2-minute mark in the quarter, and the Trojans, their red zone offense, 36 scores out of 41 possessions, and they need a touchdown here to tie this game up. It all started with a bobbled snap on a punting situation, a short punt, a short field, and now Steve Sarkisian and the Trojans have it at the 10-yard line of UCLA. 4 wideouts, and Kessler will be in an empty backfield.
And again, they put Aguilar in different spots. He's right there. You want to try to hide him a little bit.
Fake it to Jackson. They throw it out across to Aguilar, and somebody got a timeout call before the play.
I think Jim Mora knew that formation was going to be a problem. And USC just wasted one because they showed the play.
Well, we'll see how they do when we come back. Well, we'll find out now if Jim Mora saved himself a touchdown. USC lines up at the 10. 2nd down and 7. Aguilar in motion. Kessler looking that way, flushed out of the pocket. He's dropped. Back at the 14 by Deion Hollins.
It looked for a minute like Kessler was going to break this out, and if he did, he might have got to the end zone. But a nice job by Hollins. Didn't give up on the play and was able to get Kessler by the ankle and bring him to the ground.
So now they've really got to earn it. 3rd down and 10.
And I would expect that he's going to have to go somewhere other than Aguilar on this play.
Rodgers was in motion. He looked at him, and now he's got to throw it again on a crossing. And Buck Allen found the handle, had to catch it about 3 times, and got it down to the 5, where it's going to be 4th down and 2.
Nice play. Again, 3rd down in the red zone. UCLA prepared to try to defend Aguilar, and they go with the screen to Buck Allen.
Steve Sarkisian's not taking his foot off the pedal. They're going on 4th down and 2. Going to give up the sure 3 and try to either get a 1st down or, better yet, a touchdown to tie. They'll run it, and they'll not get it. Odigizua made the stop.
Well, they just stood up the biggest guy on that offensive line. Zach Banner is 6'9", 350 pounds at right tackle, and they just stand him up right in the hole and stop it short of the 1st down.
End of the 1st quarter, 14-7. We'll be back with more action after this break and a word from our ABC stations. UCLA Athletic Director Dan Guerrero announcing this week that number 42 will no longer be issued in any sport in honor of Jackie Robinson. Late great. And there's 42s here on the football field around the 37-yard line, actually. There are 3 current collegiate players here at UCLA that are wearing number 42 right now, including Kenny Young, who's out there, and he gets to finish out his career wearing that number. But after that, along with Jelly Felix is on the softball team, and soccer defender Allie Courtnall, they wear number 42 as well, so they get to finish out their career. And then you won't see number 42 anymore on any teams at UCLA. Pretty cool. 2nd down and 5 from the 10. And Perkins hit immediately. Might have gotten a half-yard out of it.
You know, Leonard Williams there to make the play. I mean, this guy is fun to watch now. And he's just scratching the surface as a football player. Athletically, he's kind of scary. I mean, he's 6'5", 305 pounds, but he looks like he's about 275, and he moves like he's about 245.
And a lot of people that think he might be the number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft. Hundley throws in the flat.
Well, there's a good play by Leon McQuay. He's had a couple rough plays. That time he was in good position and made the nice tackle to stop the receiver short of the 1st down mark.
And it forces a Bruin punt. Matt Mengel to kick. And Nelson Aguilar, who mishandled one earlier that led to a touchdown, back deep for USC. High, short kick. And in traffic, he makes a nice fair catch. And that fair catch is in Bruin territory. That's where the Trojans start when we come back. So many great matchups in this series. I remember watching this one as a youth back in 1967. Number 4 USC, number 1 UCLA. It was called the game of the century. Teams battle back and forth throughout the game. UCLA had a lead in the 4th quarter, and then O.J. Simpson put USC on top with a 64-yard touchdown run. That gave USC the lead and the win, 21-20. They finished the season number 1 in the polls. 44-30-7, USC with the lead, but UCLA's won the last couple. Kessler standing in the pocket on the crossing route, got it to Davis out of the backfield, and he's got it all the way down to the 30. Pickup of 16. This is the 2nd time that USC has started to drive in UCLA territory, and they're trying to take advantage of this one.
Well, good patience by Kessler, waiting to the last minute to get rid of the football. Deion Hollins, who's been very active so far in the 1st half, there to apply pressure.
Davis stays in the backfield and gets a carry here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Hollins again helps out on the stop. Sophomore out of Houston. No gain on that one. 2nd down and 10. Davis has seen just about as much work as Buck Allen has so far in this first half in the Trojan backfield. Kessler, play action, pocket collapsing, throws near side too high. George Farmer went through his hands, and it'll be 3rd down and 10.
And Farmer was just kind of standing there as an outlet receiver, but he was standing there so long that even if he would have caught that, it would have been tackled immediately by Ishmael Adams. So probably a better thing that he dropped it.
It's the 3rd time tonight that the Trojans have been 3rd and 10.
Late substitutions by UCLA. Now they're going to take a timeout. They were running 2 new defenders on the field on this 3rd down play.
UCLA.
Jim Moore decides to use his second timeout.
With 12:32 to go first half. Still 14-7 Bruins.
Saturday Night Football on ABC. Brought to you by Buick. 5 expectation-shattering models. Another reason to experience the new Buick. Dr. Pepper. Always one of a kind. And Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Even LAX getting in the act this week, alternating the colors of the Trojans and the Bruins out at the airport. Both teams wearing home uniforms, something that Pete Carroll started a few years ago, and it's definitely a cool look out here.
Yeah.
UCLA in the blue and the Trojans.
Two of my favorite uniforms.
Yeah.
You know, I know UCLA's gone to some different funky ones throughout the year. I like this traditional look by both teams.
3rd down and 10. Kessler pressured. He's going to throw it down the far sideline. Did he make the catch? Juju Smith at the 4-yard line.
Well, again, Kessler showing great patience and poise. And Juju Smith, when he feels himself between the corner and the safety, he just sits down. Instead of continuing to run to the end zone, he sits down in the soft spot, and Kessler able to find him on the scramble.
And the body control to get 1 foot down at the 4 where it's 1st and goal, and now it's Davis to the 1. Boy, on 3rd down and 10, they got 26 on that pass play.
Good protection, and Kessler, just his little movement in the pocket, stepping up and moving a little bit to the side, buying extra time.
2nd and goal at the 1. Kessler trying to keep it and run it himself, and he's going to lose a couple. Deion Hollins was the first guy to get in there to create some confusion.
Well, that's the 2nd time I think USC has tried to fool the UCLA defense. Once with the fullback on a short yardage play, that time with Kessler running it by design, something he doesn't do very much, and neither time was UCLA fooled.
I don't get why the top rusher in the Pac-12 is not in the backfield for the Trojans.
Yeah.
Not that Davis hasn't done a nice job, but Buck Allen hasn't been out there very much. 3rd down and goal at the 2. Blitz coming on Kessler. Fires it out to Davis, and he got to the pylon. Touchdown.
Again, Nelson Aguilar is on the same side. Watch all the defenders go to 15, and that's an easy read for Cody Kessler. You use Aguilar as a decoy. You get it out to Davis. The ball crosses the plane before it goes out of bounds, and a touchdown for USC.
Davis' 2nd receiving touchdown of the year, and we're an extra point away from a tie game again. Hadari for the point after. And we have a flag down before the kick.
Offside. number 58 of the defense. Half the distance to the goal line. The try will be from the 1.5-yard line.
Yeah. So we'll have to do it again. Might make the kick too short for him. So Connor Sullivan to hold, and Adari in for his second try. A little bit closer to the Bruin goal line. High snap. And he got the kick up and good. Good job by Connor Sullivan to get that hold down.
Well, you wonder how locked in is the UCLA defense to Nelson Aguilar. Here he is right here. Now watch on this route. 3 UCLA defenders are going to encircle him, and that's going to leave the back out alone on the perimeter, and Cody Kessler finds him. That's good design. Use your go-to receiver as a decoy. Get the ball out quickly to the back and get a touchdown in the making.
So they had starting field position at the 46-yard line. Took them 7 plays and 2 minutes 26 seconds to get the tying touchdown. And for Cody Kessler, that's his 30th scoring toss of the year against just 3 interceptions. 4th in the country in pass efficiency. He and Hundley both up there in that category. Ishmael Adams, the deep man. And out to around the 25-yard line. Coming up on Monday night, Joe Flacco and the Ravens head south. They'll take on Drew Brees and the Saints. Saints having trouble at home all of a sudden. Monday, 8:15 on ESPN, and watch ESPN. Northern night like Monday night. And there's the 2 guys that have both won Super Bowls. Those are not Drew Brees-like numbers, especially the 10 interceptions. But still over 3,000 yards passing on the season. First down from the 24. Perkins follows his blockers. Got out for a pickup of about 5.
You know, what we're seeing from this USC defense tonight is outstanding work against the running game of UCLA. They've given up a couple big pass plays. The last time we saw them, they gave up 452 yards rushing to Boston College. Right. And but other than that game, they've been pretty stout against the run.
It'll be a first down, and it's Devin Fuller, and they're using him wide on both sides of the field. And Hundley's really got a nice feel for where number 7's been, and he's been open.
We get a couple blockers out there. It's just like a wide running play. If you're not having a lot of success running the ball in a traditional way, do something like that.
This will be a traditional run for Perkins, and he's got about 6. Pollard made the tackle.
Nice job by Alex Redmond in there leading the way from his left guard position. Number 51.
And 2nd and 4. Straight ahead. And another first down for Perkins.
Right now, Josh Shaw is in at cornerback along with Adoree Jackson. So he's in place of Kevon Seymour. It'll be interesting to see if UCLA tries to challenge him. He's up at the top of the screen right now. Right here, number 6. Has not played all season, has practiced 3 days, was a starter all year last year.
They're looking that way right now. Hundley was. Now he's going to go deep down the other side. Man out there. Oh, what a play at the last moment. Fuller, the intended receiver, and Adoree Jackson made the play.
Boy, you see the makeup speed of Adoree Jackson. Now, he's going to make a great play, but I think if he goes for the catch, he intercepts this because he's in perfect position. If he goes up with 2 hands, he might get an interception. Josh Shaw on the other side got tangled up a little bit and fell down on the out and up. But Hundley didn't make a bad read. His man was open. Excellent play by Adoree Jackson.
Hundley had hit his last 7 passes before that misfire. Perkins to the 45, maybe the 44. So the ground game starting to pick up a little bit of steam here in the person of Paul Perkins. Need to get to the 40-yard line to keep this drive alive.
See, this is a down and distance or a distance on third down where the run is still a viable option, especially with a quarterback who can run like Huntley.
Huntley, plenty of time. Tucked one in there for the first down. Boy, there wasn't much room. There was good coverage back there defensively by Cravens.
Boy, Mossy Johnson did an outstanding job just hanging on to this because Cravens makes a high tackle right at the catch point. And Johnson able to just hang on to the football even though Cravens was right into his body.
Perkins will get a breather. Jordan James comes in to the Bruin backfield. And we got a timeout taken by USC before the snap.
Timeout. USC.
So they're down to 2 timeouts remaining in this quarter. 8:41 remaining till halftime. Good football game here in Pasadena. Tied at 14.
A journey to the next great championship in sports. ESPN is the home of the new college football playoff.
That journey's getting a little bit shorter all the time. We'll take a look at our Chick-fil-A college football playoff rankings. Alabama had an easy one today. So did Oregon. Florida State had to struggle again, but won. And Mississippi State leading big time on Vanderbilt. There's your top 4 right now. We'll find out if that stays that way on Tuesday night. Miles Jack. Run out of bounds by Gerald Bowman.
Boy, this was a perfect call because Adoree Jackson, the corner, was coming on a blitz, and they threw the ball to Miles Jack right by him. Adoree Jackson and Miles Jack just kind of passed each other like 2 ships in the night, and the ball came right out the backside.
Miles Jack was freshman of the year on offense and defense last year in the Pac-12. Kind of hard to do that. Picked up 7, second down and 3. That's Perkins coming way out to the bottom of your screen out of the backfield. And they go back to Jack, and he breaks into the next level, and he's down near the 20-yard line.
Well, 230 pounds. He runs with power. He runs with good pad level. I mean, he looks like a running back. This is how you become the rookie of the year on both offense and defense. Makes plays at linebacker, makes big plays running the football on offense.
And for the first time tonight, things got a little chippy at the end of that play. We expected some of that. There was a lot of it in this game a year ago. And the officials pretty much have warned the coaches and the players that they're going to keep it close to the vest tonight as far as penalty flags if it gets indeed a little more chippy as the game goes along.
Good situation for play action here. If you're UCLA, you've run the ball with some effectiveness here.
There's the play fake and the pump fake, and now Huntley going to try to do it himself. No, he will throw.
We're going to get a holding, though. He's going to back this one up.
Might be McDermott over there at left tackle. We'll wait and see.
Holding. Number 68 offense. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
And indeed it was Connor McDermott, redshirt freshman, all 6'9", 295 pounds of him. Imagine when he's full grown. First and 20 now, back at the 30. Both James and Perkins in there with Huntley. And now that's Perkins again that comes in motion, and Huntley trying to run it. Only got a couple yards out of it.
Yeah, Leonard Williams read that quickly. Again, his quickness for a big man. You know, he just makes plays that you don't realize. You know, this guy's 305 pounds. And he moves like a linebacker with great quickness and agility and makes the play down the line for a short game.
An All-American a year ago, and no doubt heading in that direction again. Last time they had a 2-time All-American defensive end was way back in 1959 and 60. Marlon McKeever, remember him?
Yep.
Huntley going deep to the end zone, and broken up, incomplete, intended for Eldridge Massington.
I think that was a good no call. There was some chicken fighting going on between Massington and Seymour. Both guys pushing and grabbing and shoving a little bit.
And we play on.
Yep. Both fighting for the ball. Both have vision on the football. I like that no call.
12th play of the Bruin drive. And right now it's kind of stuck in neutral after that holding call at the 28-yard line.
And if you're USC's defense, you don't give up something over your head, and you keep eyeballs on Brett Hundley if he decides to scramble.
3rd down and 18. Hundley throws. It's going to be short of the first down to Jordan Payton, his top receiver. But it got 14 out of it.
It makes for a better field goal opportunity for UCLA. Good decision by Brett Hundley.
Kaimi Fairbairn will come in for the field goal. 14 out of 18 on the year with a long of 47. And Jerry Neuheisel, the backup quarterback, to hold.
I think he's made 27 consecutive from 35 yards or under. So he's right in his wheelhouse because of that completion.
From 32. And he's got another one. Lead goes back to the Bruins by 3 with 5:54 to go in the half. Tonight's aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Whether you're going for it from a few yards out or from miles away, go with a tire with superior performance. Goodyear, more driven. That last drive by the Bruins went 62 yards in 13 plays. Took a little over 5 minutes to get the 32-yard field goal and the lead back. Adoree Jackson will wait Fairbairn's kick. Adoree averages about 29 yards a kickoff return and did have a 100-yarder earlier this year. He will take a knee on this one.
Well, Steve Sarkisian knew that Jim Mora would have a plan to try to take away Nelson Aguilar. He's only got 2 catches in the game, but on the last possession, the touchdown for USC, watch the 3 defenders go with Aguilar, opening up the throw to the perimeter. And that's a good counter by Steve Sarkisian and Clay Helton, the offensive coordinator. If they're going to take Aguilar away or concentrate defenders on him, somebody else has to be open. Only 2 catches for 19 yards tonight, way off the pace of what he's had the last couple weeks. But that time, they used it to their advantage.
Been targeted 6 times tonight and only 2 catches. He's in motion on first down from the 25. Kessler looked at him and now went down the middle and in the seam, and Juju Smith on the run. And he's down at the 44-yard line.
See, this is double coverage basically on Aguilar, the safety helping over the top. Look off the safety with your eyes and come back to the wide field to Juju Smith. Nice work by Cody Kessler using his eyes to move that middle safety a little bit towards the hash.
So the birthday boy picks up 36 yards down to the 44 of the Bruins. 2 tight ends set now for USC on a first down at the 44-yard line. Play action. Kessler pump fake one way and went down the middle trying to get it to Aguilar, and that just wasn't a good pass at all. Might have been because he had somebody draped all over him while he was letting go of it. There's his numbers on the night.
They've made him uncomfortable a little bit. You know, UCLA has done a nice job with some stunts, with some movement up front to kind of make him move more in the pocket than I think he wants to. And that's caused him to be a little bit off his 70% completion percentage to this point.
Allen inside the 40, puts his head down and picked up 6 yards. So number 37's back in there now. Wasn't on that last drive. We're at the 5-minute mark and a third down. Big one here for USC.
Well, it's kind of like the game. Where's Nelson? Well, he's in the middle of the slot right now. He's right here on this play, on this third down situation.
Allen trying to drag tacklers for the first down, and he did it. That was a tough run.
Nice design. The little fake of the sweep, just the motion of the jet sweep widened out the defense a little bit. I think they were even offsides. Deion Hollins, number 58, might have been offsides, didn't get called for it, but they were still able to convert the first down on the run.
Kind of ran right by Hollins. 32 yards on 7 carries. Came in as the leading rusher with 1,184 on the season. Leading rusher in the Pac-12. There comes Hollins again, and the throw is high and is intercepted. It is Eric Kendricks.
Well, I think Cody Kessler needs to adjust his snap count because Hollins is guessing on the snap count. That's 2 plays in a row where he is at a full head of speed when the ball snapped, and he's too quick for Zach Banner, and that's what causes the interception. And I put that on Cody Kessler. He's got to change his snap count and not let that guy do that as an edge rusher.
Oh, did his foot go out of bounds before he made that catch? He was sliding down, and they're going to take a look at this. If indeed it's an interception, it's Kendrick's 3rd of the year. But I think Fred Gallagher and the guys in the replay booth are going to have to look at this.
The previous play is under review. The ruling on the field is an interception by UCLA.
There's where he's putting his hand under the ball. His right foot appears at that point that it's hit the chalk.
Yeah, right there.
Dave Kataia is up here in the booth with us, our rules expert. What do you think, Dave?
Well, taking a look at that second replay there, Brad, it looks like his foot is partially on the line when he touches the ball. If that's the case, this is going to be changed to an incomplete pass. Take a look at it right here. He's got the ball, but his foot looks like he hits the line at about the same time. I think this is going to be reversed, in my opinion.
What an incredible effort, though, by Eric Kendricks. I mean, whether this play stands or not, that is a heck of an individual athletic effort by Eric Kendricks off the tip pass.
A 2-time captain of this team, and we mentioned he was one of our impact players coming in, leading the team in tackles, had 2 sacks, 2 interceptions, a 3rd if that one is upheld.
His dad, Marv, was a running back at UCLA, was the team's leading rusher in 1970 and 71, had a brother as a linebacker, played at Cal, is now with the Philadelphia Eagles.
He has 3 career defensive touchdowns. Michael Mothershed with the call.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. First down, UCLA.
Okay. Well, it's an interception. We didn't think so.
Well, stands to them means that they didn't see enough to overturn it. Otherwise, if it was clear to them, they would have said confirmed. And so we play on. Another turnover for USC.
And an opportunity here before halftime. Still got 4 minutes and 8 seconds to play in the half. Perkins taking it wide. Out to the 40. He's still going, actually. He almost got a first down out of it.
You know, both of these teams got a little extra rest. USC played on Thursday, so they had a couple extra days. UCLA was off last week, had a bye week. They look like a little bit more of a fresher team. Plus, just from a depth standpoint, USC doesn't have as many active players as UCLA.
Because of the sanctions that took their recruiting numbers down, they only have about 57 scholarship players available. This is just this is right in Brett Hundley's wheelhouse here. 13-yard pickup.
And I think Noel Mazzoni is going to be very aggressive. He trusts his quarterback. He threw the interception on his first pass, and ever since then he's made nothing but good decisions with the ball in his hands. And this is the chance to extend the lead on a fatigued USC defense.
Straight up the gut this time. Leonard Williams, I think, is the first guy there, along with Pollard on Jordan James. Again, UCLA used a couple of timeouts earlier, so they're down to 1. Second and 7 here, just inside the 43 of the Trojans. Play fake, the quick throw to the outside to Payton, and he's got a first down.
Jordan Payton is his go-to receiver. They like to put him to the boundary a lot. He's a big physical receiver at 6'1", 213 pounds, working on Adoree Jackson, the freshman corner. And that's an easy throw and catch for Brett Hundley.
He had a great game against Arizona State, 151 yards and a couple of touchdowns. This is Harris this time, and he spins his way close to another first down. UCLA going in a hurry now.
Well, I think they feel like they've got this USC defense on the ropes a little bit. After that turnover, they didn't get much rest. Again, they don't play as many people in their normal rotations as UCLA or other teams do because of their the scholarship reductions. And I think they feel like they can go for another score here right before halftime.
Lots you can do on second down and a yard. And with that, they're thinking about throwing. And now Hundley will tuck it, keep it himself, and just barely, it looks like got the first down, but we'll maybe see. Maybe not with the spot they just put down.
Last year when these teams played, Brett Hundley threw for 208 yards, and he ran for another 80 yards and a pair of touchdowns. So USC very well aware of his as a dual threat. Now, Justin Wilcox, the defensive coordinator, faced him at Washington last year, his first year on the USC staff.
Short yardage here. This time they do get enough for the first down, and it's Jordan James on the carry. Down to a minute 36 as they move the chains.
USC trying to substitute. They're bringing their frontline defensive linemen out, including Leonard Williams, try to get him a little bit of rest. So backup defensive linemen up there right now for USC.
If the Trojans could even force a field goal, that would be a win for them, I think, right now. As you said, UCLA's got them on their heels. First down at the 24. Off the play fake, throw into the corner for Payton, but broken up by Jackson.
It looked like Payton might have gone out of bounds also before the ball got to him. Pretty good defense nonetheless. I think he stepped out of bounds. You see the official taking his hat off. I think Payton stepped out of bounds before the ball even got there, so that wouldn't have been a catch had he even caught the football.
Ninth play of the drive in the last 3 minutes, and still they've got 109 to work with. Hundley, plenty of time. Throws complete to Payton this time, and he's right at the first down marker.
See, that's the difference, not having your frontline pass rushers in on that second down and long play. Brett Hundley with a lot of time, working against the backups, and able to bring up another third down and short situation.
Out of 45 seconds. It's Hundley on the keeper, and he's got a first down. Inside the 13. Capital One halftime reports coming up shortly. John, Mac, and Danny will be along in the studio with all the highlights for you from a day in college football.
Well, UCLA taking a lot of time here. The clock stopped while they reset the change, but it's moving now.
And it's under 30 seconds.
I'm surprised they're not going any faster than this. They're wasting precious time.
And remember, they only got one timeout left. First down from the 13. Hundley fires, end zone, touchdown. Eldridge Messington.
Well, they knew exactly how much time they needed. It's a nice little move by Messington, a little stutter step move, froze the linebackers, and it also froze the safety, Leon McQuay. And Brett Hundley able to find him in the middle of the defense.
Fairbairn in for the point after. Up and good.
Boy, what a swing after the interception. USC goes from down 3 to down 10. Good protection. Another stutter step by Messington, and a nice throw again by Hundley into the middle of the defense. Watch the stutter step, 82. Just enough to freeze the safety, Leon McQuay, and Hundley able to find him with the football.
Well, that's 3 touchdown passes to 3 different receivers. And as we said, that was right in Brett Hundley's wheelhouse. He goes 5 out of 6 on the drive for 52 yards and another scoring toss. He hasn't done it with his legs tonight. We thought maybe that would be the case, but he has done it with his right arm. And now Steve Sarkisian's on a tough spot. Had they held him there to a field goal, that wouldn't have been so bad. But they're going to be down, it appears, be down 10 points at halftime. So Fairbairn to kick. Dory Jackson has to backpedal all the way to the back line, and they'll bring it out to the 25-yard line with 14 seconds remaining as we take a look at our Pacific Life game summary. The quarterbacks, one having a good night and one not so good. Cody Kessler with an interception. The interception Hundley threw was the first touchdown of the game.
Yeah.
Returned 17 yards on a pick 6. But right now, Brett Hundley's starting to look like the guy we expected to see, Todd.
Well, and if there's any one particular difference, it's been pretty clear to me. Brett Hundley has had a clean pocket. He's been able to stand back there, read the defense, make the throws he wanted to. Cody Kessler's been under more duress and has not been as accurate throwing the football because of that duress.
He's going to hand it off to Buck Allen to bring the half to a close. So the Trojans are going to have to be playing from behind in the second half. The 9th-ranked team in the country with a 10-point lead over the number 19 team in the country as we go to Holly.
Coach, what adjustments does Cody Kessler have to make right now with this UCLA defense making him uncomfortable?
Well, they're doing a good job getting some pressure on him, one. We've missed a couple shots down the field. We just got to let it rip, you know.
Coach, Todd Blackledge was mentioning, can he adjust the snap count because of that pressure they're getting off the edge?
That's one of the things we can do.
How do you change that?
We use our system and change the snap count.
All right, Coach, thank you.
So Steve Sarkisian, first year as a head coach in this rivalry, and his team is down 10, 24-14. Capital One halftime report is up next. John, Mac, and Danny are standing by, guys.